have a company. The company's name is 42. Anyone here knows why 42 is an important number? Anyone? So did you ever read the book or watch the movie, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Ah, yeah, okay. So 42 is the big answer to life, universe, and everything. And if you will have some time after the presentation, I will explain to you why 42. It's a funny story. I work with several startups. I'm in the advisory board of several Israeli startups. Amazing, amazing startup. Saikura is an automotive cybersecurity startup. EA Labs solves the biggest problems the organizations have today, which is controlling their data in their files and in other places. And SimCity is a simulation environment to train cybersecurity specialists. But the most important thing for me is this one. I am the CTO of the Cyber Research Center at the Tel Aviv University. This is the biggest research center in Israel in the field of cybersecurity. And besides having those groundbreaking researchers, we also do the International Cyber Week. It is a conference in Israel where we have about 8,000 people from over 60 countries around the world arriving in Israel every year to participate in a 5-day event in which we have 50 events during those 5-day events. This is the Prime Minister of Israel talking in our conference. So this is it. This is what I do. If we will look 2004, even 13 years, right? If we will look about 2004, what did we have in 2004? We didn't have iPhones. We didn't have Gmail. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have WhatsApp. We didn't have Waze. We didn't have Candy Crush. We didn't have so many amazing things that today we take them for granted. The world 12 years ago looked so differently. 12 years ago, we still used maps to navigate. Do you remember that? Yeah. We had maps, right? This is not science fiction. This is not prehistorical times. This is 12 years ago. But the future, this is, you know, we are living in one of the most exciting times in history. People will write books on those 12 years that we've just been through. Because so many things have changed. The way we live our lives, the way we think about ourselves, the way we talk about each other. Everything changed. Especially in the banking group. We see that all the time. And you know that, right? A lot of people here from the financial sector. And this is why I want to spend a few minutes just talking about that. The financial industry right now is the hottest party in town. Everybody wants to go in, right? And we have a lot of people standing outside. We have Facebook, and we have Google, and we have Amazon, and we have crypto coin startups, and we have crowd loaning startups, and we have crowdfunding startups, and we have payment startups, and we have so many new types of companies, and we want to go inside this party. We call them the unconventional competitors, right? This is not Bank of America competing with HSBC, right? Those two banks know how to compete with each other. There is no bank in the world that understands the competition created by Facebook. There is no bank in the world that understands the competition created by Google. And while the banking industry in the past 200, 300 years didn't have a lot of technological changes, we saw some amazing technological changes, but not something very dramatic. We know that in the future, the way we think about money is completely going to change. Some of those startups are daring to say that we might not even need money in the future. So it was Bill Gates that said, banking is crucial, is essential, but banks are not. Right? So many banks around the world right now are engaged in some kind of innovation program. And I meet a lot of banks around the world. I travel all the time. Brilliant, brilliant people. You have those amazing innovation programs. You have this chief innovation officer, and he has this nice office, and amazing people that don't dress with a tie. They just come with sneakers to work. And we have those posters, and everything looks amazing. Those innovation programs in banks looks amazing. But while most banks try to move very, very fast forward, most of them look like this. They're trying to climb a hill while they're elephants. It's very, very hard. Why? Why do banks are going to fail where those groups of people, young people, are going to succeed? we have groups of like 3, 4, 5 people, young people. They don't have experience, they don't have money, they don't have reputation, they don't have customers, they don't understand business structure, they have nothing. And yet those guys are going to succeed where most banks are going to fail. Why? Where there is several truths to that. Number one, most banks around the world are trying to make money management easier. This is what most banks around the world are trying to do right now. Some of them understand that this is not enough, and what we're trying to do is to make money management exciting, which is a weird concept, because managing money isn't an exciting thing to do. Yet, if you have the right approach, you can make it exciting. But this is not the end goal. The end goal is we don't want to do money management. There is a big secret in the financial sector that we can talk about it here, but we will not talk about it outside of this room, is that a lot of the money that banks make today, the source of which is the fact that people make the wrong decisions. People take the wrong loans. People agree to the wrong terms. People use the wrong credit cards. People make the wrong decisions at the wrong time. And a lot of the money that the banking industry right now makes, the source of which is the inefficiency of the human mind. This is going to change. And this is going to change due to technology. There is a challenge, and I want to talk about this challenge briefly. And the people that are from the technological side, that works inside banks and other financial companies know that. But this is a very important secret. Banks and other financial companies have financial management. They have financial goals. They have financial views about the world. You can become a CEO of a financial company only if you grew up in the financial side. And those companies see technology as a way to fulfill financial strategy. While those new companies, they are technological companies, the unconventional competitors have technological management. They have technological strategy. They have technological way of life. You become a CEO of one of those companies if you are a technological guy or a girl, yeah, the same thing. Those people see technology as a way of life and not as a tool to fulfill financial strategy. And in today's world, those people have an edge. They have an advantage over traditional financial companies. Now, financial companies have a lot of advantages, and they should use those advantages in a wise way in order to win this fight. But we have to accept that if we will not lead this revolution, we have to hope that we will survive it. I work with several banks on their innovation program, and there is a way to become a more technologically oriented company. But the first thing that we have to acknowledge that we have to do that. And we have the entire world of cryptocurrency. We could have had just now a 3-hour talk about Bitcoin's cryptocurrency. This is such an exciting topic on the cybersecurity side of it, but not just on the cybersecurity side of it, on all sides of it. This is a solution that might revolutionize the way we think about money. We might go to a world where we have one type of currency, not many types of currency. We might go to a world where we have one central bank, like we have one Facebook, we have one YouTube, we have one Gmail. We will have one bank. Some of those companies are experts in cybersecurity. This is what they do. And yet those companies got hacked. And the question that we need to ask ourselves, and this is a very important question, what do we do differently? If those companies got hacked, does that mean that we can get hacked? There is a secret in the world of cybersecurity. And people will not tell that to you, but some of us, we know that. And the secret is that your security solutions will work amazingly well. The security systems that you have will work amazingly, amazingly, amazingly well, as long as nobody's trying to hack you. What happened in 1969?
Moon.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon. Very important moment in humanity. What else happened? Even more important, the Beatles issued their last CD everywhere, right? This is an amazing, amazing, amazing CD. Woodstock, 1969, right? Amazing. But something else happened in 1969, which was an amazing year. Okay? A small packet of information was transferred between two computers in a very, very, very small network called Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or as we know it, the ARPANET. The ARPANET is the birthday of the Internet. The ARPANET laid the foundation for the Internet as we know it today. What did we have back then? We had a lot of trust in the cyberspace. Why? Because we had a lot of trust in real life. All the people who used this small network knew each other and trusted each other. All the computers that were connected to this small network were secure because they were created by the people who built the small network. All the applications on this small network were secure because they were created by the people who built this network. In a very short time, the ARPANET, the small network, became the Internet as we know it today. Very, very short time, right? What do we have today? We have billions of users who don't trust each other. And on this unsecure environment, crime thrives. This is the first time in history where the entire crime industry is being led by the smartest people in the world. The smartest and most creative people in the world. And when you have the smartest people in the world leading the world of cybersecurity, that is the world of crime, it is no surprise that crime itself is very innovative and very creative and very dangerous. And we see crazy things like crime startups. Different people, each and every one of them is an expert in different aspects of crime. And they work together in order to execute a business plan. Now, this business plan is illegal, right? Because this is a crime startup. But it is a business plan. They have goals, they have ways to achieve those goals, they have a CEO, they have a CTO, they have IT support, they have salaries and bonuses if you did a good job. It is a startup company, very, very similar to another startup company, regular startup company. Maybe the major difference is the way you get fired. Many new things to attack. Many new targets, many new ways to attack them, and many new reasons to attack. We are about to connect billions of new targets to the Internet, billions of new devices that can be hacked to the Internet. And we already know that the industry will fail in creating secure devices. Those devices, IoT devices, are not going to be secure. Why? Because the creators, the builders, the manufacturers of those devices, they are trying to make cheap devices, small CPU, small power consumption, small disk space, and those things don't work well with cybersecurity. Security requires a lot of process, a lot of power, a lot of work, a lot of money. Those people, they just, they don't care. It's not our problem. Our approach towards securing IoT devices should be different. We no longer believe that we're going to have security inside those devices. We have to find a new way to do security, or to make cybersecurity more cost-effective. That it's going to be very cheap to do security, and then someone might put them inside the devices. But otherwise, we already know that IoT means many new unsecure devices are going to be connected to the Internet, and we already saw that it caused problems, right? You heard about the Mirai network, the botnet, where people, by hacking smart video cameras and other things, succeeding in taking down Twitter, Netflix, and other websites as well. So think about security in the physical world. Up until now, physical security was very simple. We could, if this was a secure area, we could prevent people from accessing this area with walls. Walls are great, right? Great tool for preventing people from coming into the secure areas. We had doors with locks. We had security guards. We had cameras. We had everything. It was very, very simple to define secure areas and unsecure areas, right? But what happened if you take this office, which is a secure area, and you see outside the window there's an unsecure area, and you put Alexa inside? Well, that breaks the whole security concept. Why? Because the perimeter of Alexa is not defined by the walls. Alexa has a different perimeter, and it goes outside the walls into unsecure areas. Now, if you connected this device to the alarm system, or the door, someone can stand outside your office and open your office and turn off the alarm. And actually, this is a true example, because after publishing my article on my Facebook, someone commented, you know what, this is a good idea. I should really disconnect my alarm clock and door from the Alexa. And I thought to myself, you know, this is the most stupid thing you can say on Facebook. It's like, if you already understand the problem, don't talk about that, just change it. So we have to talk about multi-dimensional strategy. In the past, we invested mostly in prevention. We know that, and it was enough. We thought we could stop 100% of the attacks. We know that this is not enough anymore. Everything is hackable. We can stop 99% of the attacks, but this 1% that we cannot stop is the percent that we're afraid of. So this is why we moved from prevention to detection. In the past few years, we got too excited from detection solutions, where people reach a point where we have too much information. We don't know what to do with them. It's very hard to understand what is the most important things inside this information. This is why security automation is very important today. There are amazing startups that do security automation that knows how to go through this huge mountains of data and understand what is the most important things. But this is not enough, prevention and detection. Cyber intelligence is very important. To collect information about what's going to happen, what's already happened, and what's happening right now, past, present, and future. Sometimes companies only discover that they were hacked when they discover that someone on the darknet is trying to sell their information. They ask, how did he get this information? And then they start to discover that they were actually hacked. Incident response. Most companies become good with incident response after they actually experience the first big incident, if they survived it. We have to be good with incident response today. One of those examples, and this is a very important example, you have to contract a company that does incident response today, before something bad happens. Why? Because what usually I see is that if a company gets hacked, then they start looking for a company that does incident response. It takes them some time, and then they have to tell them, give me a price code so I make sure I can pay you. They say, this is how much it's going to cost you, and say, okay, just come here very fast. Those people start to learn your network, start to get to know your people, and then they start showing some value. The starting up time is very, very long. But what happens if you already find the company today, before something bad happens? They come to your office, they learn your network, they learn your people. You pay them some money every month, not a lot, to make sure that you maintain this data. And when something bad happens, they can immediately start, because they're ready. Find a company here in Mexico, outside of Mexico, it doesn't matter, that do that. And make sure that they are your partners, so if something bad happens, you're already ready. And this is just one of the things that you have to do in order to be good with incident response. Deception, this is a very important strategy today, part of the strategy today. You have to make sure you have those virtual traps inside your network. If you are a veteran, if you are old enough in the world of cybersecurity, we used to call it honeypots, you remember? Honeypots was something like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we talked about honeypots. We were very excited about that, but it didn't work, it was too cumbersome. But today, technology is mature enough. You can find amazing startups that sell deception. Those are virtual traps you put inside your network, and if a hacker touches them, we know that something went wrong inside the network. And shared security solution. Hackers are very good in working together. They have joint projects, they sell information, they have developed tools together. We have to be much better in working together. We have to have the courage to share information, to tell other people if we get hacked, how, and what we should do in order not to get hacked. So if one of us got hacked, all of us will get better in that, and we cannot be hacked the same way. We have to be much better in security solution, in sharing information and working together. And obviously, for every company, you have to devise a specific strategy built on their own specific problems.